Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name's Goku, of course, and in this video, it's just the Vindicate update news. So basically what's been happening this week, we've had ups and downs, basically. So to start off with, we had the whole trying out Laureate, trying out Math for the team. The first kind of week of actually having a full roster. And then at the end of this week, we've actually had Math, basically today say that he can't fully commit. So we had the ADC role again free for tryouts and stuff. So basically before, trying not to say basically as much, when Fen left, we opened up the spot for Math. And then Math, because obviously he was a sub, it's his right to, if he was a sub for ADC role mainly, then when it came open, he should have the role given to him if he wants it. So he got the role, and then he played for like a week. He played quite well. It was just like normal Math, really. He played well. He just didn't do exceptional in some areas. And then we started to do quite well with Math, and then unfortunately this Sunday we haven't been able to do tournaments and stuff like that because I've been at work a lot, and Math ended up deciding to not quit the team but go back to more like the sub role just because he can't fully commit to the team, which is why he was a sub in the first place. So him coming up to the main roster was basically like a trial, and unfortunately at the end of the trial he couldn't commit to it. So today on Sunday we've been working to try and find some more tryouts, and we've actually found quite a few ADCs that are actually quite good. We've got a few that we're going to keep an eye on in terms of like the age, because I'm trying to stay away from 16s, 17s, 18s, really. Want to aim for more like 20, 21 when, you have education and you don't have the whole issue that way. But one big thing with the tryouts is that we're actually asking them about the other new exciting announcement. And the announcement is that we now have Kret as our coach for the team. Now, Kret is, if you don't know, a professional analyst. He was at the launch tournament when he was part of the analyst desk there. And recently he's actually been doing the casting for the SPL play-in with Hindu Man, so that's pretty exciting. He's a big name out in the esports community, and he's also does the casting for the Smite Central 3v3, which is a little tournament that we don't enter because we don't really care about 3v3, but he casts that. So he's a big name in the community, and he's also a professional coach. He's actually coached i5 before us, and he did that for about a month or so, and from what I saw from what he did, he basically transformed not only the team as a general, but also the individual players. He worked individually with all of them, and it was just incredible to see how much they progressed in such a short time. So basically our idea is that he will possibly do the same for us. Right now he's a bit busy with, he's got to go over to the NA kickoff LAN, so he's going to do that. So he's obviously not starting straight away, but he's given us some tips that we need to work on, and basically Kret comes at a price. I don't know whether he wants me to say this, so I'm probably going to say the exact number, but it's not too expensive. So we're keeping an eye on our wages and stuff like that. We've all got money, but obviously for the tryouts we need to put across that would you be willing to pay for a coach as well? Because obviously if they're not willing, then it obviously hinders a lot on the other 4 members kind of thing, having to pay more, and then one guy just basically getting free help for nothing in return. So that's one thing that's going to basically set people aside. So far we had Tildo, who said that he would be willing to pay for it as long as he saw the reports, which is basically what we said. We'd be willing to pay if we saw some like free samples, and he delivered, and we were really impressed with his work. So so Kret's joined the Vindicate crew. We're now getting to a point that we're actually trying to be professional as much as possible. We're trying to get our names out there more in the esports community, and hopefully Kret will be able to provide that with not only his background in the community, but also will be able to help us improve to the point that we are now going to be doing a lot better in tournaments. So basically we've had that happen. ADC is now being tried out. Like I said, we're going to be trying out a couple more. We do have quite a few names, but a couple of them are a bit too young, so we're probably going to say no to them straight away. Just because, they say that they commit, and then, like, we've had it 3 times now. This is Math was the third person who was a bit young, and he said, yeah, I'll commit, and then a week later, it's like, no. So, it's just different commitment issues, and at the end of the day, that's what happens with young people. So we're aiming to go for, 20 odd, and it depends how they do, because obviously if, they're 18 and they're not in education, that's fine. And as long as they give it a solid reason, you know, like if it's like exams time, then that's fair enough. You know, there's nothing we can do about that. You know, we can't just say no just because they have exams in June. You know, there's still plenty of time to prepare for that, and we'll have a substitute for that time. So, yeah, that's about it in terms of talk. So, in terms of how we've done this week, like I said, we've been a bit here and there about practice because we haven't had that much time. But we started on the 28th, so that was a Monday. We went against X Frequency and lost twice. We went against Mexo's team. He doesn't have a name, so he's just called Mexo team. And we lost to them. And then in a pre-made, I didn't know whether we won or lost because I didn't put that in, apparently. So I need to do that soon. And then we obviously had the Wednesday. So we practiced on Wednesday. Went against Revival Esports. We lost the first one, and in the second one there was lag issues. And basically they wanted to draw, and we're like, we're fine, we don't worry about lag. So they end up surrendering, so we count that as a win. So always counting wins as wins, even if they're a bit cheesy. And then we've got Dominus Kaido, who are a long time people that we always like to scrim. And we went against them, and we won against them. Then we did a pre-made, and we won against that. So not much practice in terms of what we could have done, like we could do a lot more. But then on the 2nd, so yesterday, so we missed practice on Friday because we were going to enter the EGL, but we didn't have a substitute for the mid because I had work, unfortunately, now that finishes at 6 o'clock. So I can't make it for the sign-up, and I can't make it for the actual start of it, so I think we just didn't have a substitute for then. And then same on Saturday, we tried to get a substitute for mid-roll again for the Surreal Gaming Tournament, but unfortunately we couldn't find one in time, so that's one thing that we're looking for as well as part of the ADC. We're looking for a substitute for mid, so hopefully that's getting sorted now. There was a couple of names that I got given today, so I'm going to talk to them a bit more. But on Saturday, I also had internet issues. We played one game against Mad Bros and won, quite convincingly, I must admit. And then as soon as the game ended, my internet died, so nothing I could do about that. Restarted my room, redid everything possible, and unfortunately, there was nothing I could do. That's the way it went. So that was the end of practice for that time. Went out, got hammered, hungover today. So Sunday. Today, we played a couple of games against the Pikachu team. Now, the Pikachu team is, obviously, they don't have a name again, so the team is called the Pikachu, so that's why. And we actually had some good games against them. Our first game, we won. Second game, we lost, so it's a one-on-one. And then the third game we were going to do, but the tryout ended up, his power went off. And basically, we started late because I had to go do some stuff for personal things. And so we started about 7:30. So we didn't get that much time to do practice, really. And there was a lot of breaks in between and a lot of pausing and stuff like that. So we ended up only having two games today. But that, you know, practice is practice. At the end of the day, we all felt a bit knackered after today. And, like, especially me, I felt tired all day. So I'm going to enjoy sleep tonight. And so basically moving on from this, we've got a few tips on crap that we're going to be working on in terms of engaging, disengaging T-fights. And making sure the shot caller is nice and clear, precise on who wants to go on, and we won't switch targets unless he says so, kind of thing. So if they dash away and he hasn't said that we're changing that, we're still going after him. And you know, so stuff like that, just, you know, fully trusting the shot caller. And you know, if we lose, then if we lose because of a call, then it's on Ivan. So you know, that's the worry of a shot caller. But then Ivan's solid at shot calling anyway, so he hasn't really led us wrong in any way, really. And then he's always open to suggestions as well. So like, look at, like, for example, in I think it was in the Mad Bros game yesterday, there was a lot of moments when I was like, look at Kumba, and then they all like, yeah, let's go Kumba. So like, just that little suggestion, not saying that I'm gonna go on him, just like, look at Kumba, look at Artemis, look at Mercury. Just saying that means I, like, instead of them just tunnel visioning onto that one guy, they're like a bit more aware about what's happening around them. And unfortunately, sometimes we do get a bit tunnel vision, which is something that I need to work on personally as well. I get a bit of tunnel vision on who I want to kill, and if they get away with 1 HP, I still want to tower dive them and stuff like that. So just something I need to work on, you know, learning when to let go, learning when to disengage on fights and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty exciting news. Fortunately, what happened with the ADC is, you know, that's bummed me out a bit today. But, you know, it's all stuff that we can work on. We had a really good guy who was trying out tonight, so really impressed with his play. So if all else fails, then he can join the team, and he's pretty good, but pretty vocal compared to what we've had for normal ADCs, so that's really nice to join the ranks of all of us who are quite vocal. So just might need to tone it down a bit on suggestions, because he says quite a lot about stuff that maybe we like. So for example, in the dual lane, normally when it's quite quiet and Campbell goes in, it's now him basically saying to Campbell, let's go in. So it's just something that he needs to work on kind of thing, and just basically being the bitch in the lane compared to Campbell, because Campbell's really good at knowing when to go in and stuff like that, so it should be down to him, not the ADC kind of thing. So yeah, so that's what's been happening this week in the Vindicate stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back next Sunday for another video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.